Hello, my name is Frank Codina. I'm the CEO of NEURs.com, and today we're going to talk to you about the provider account. So who can be a provider on NEURs? Well, basically anyone who caters an opportunity, a service or an opportunity to an aspiring entrepreneur is considered a provider on our platform. We're talking about franchisors, recruiters for direct selling organizations, business coaches, CPAs, lawyers, web designers, marketing consultants, basically countless, thousands of different professions can be providers on the NEURs platform. There are millions of potential providers that are currently struggling to find their ideal and best quality prospects. So here's an important question to consider. How do these providers that we just mentioned find today their most quality prospects, their best prospects, okay? How do they find them? Well, NEURs set out to create a really good solution for providers to find those people. We aim to create a valuable tool that we believe providers will be able to use to connect with their ideal market by showcasing what they do best, while at the same time saving them time, frustration, and money. So right now, currently, how do providers find their ideal customers? Well, they go to trade shows and expos, try to find business opportunity leads, right? They go to social media platforms, spend a lot of time and energy and money on those platforms to get very little results sometimes. They use expensive lead generation companies. They use expensive classified advertising, which is kind of going away. And they just waste a lot of time with the wrong candidates in order to find the right ones, right? We believe that NEURs is going to become a tool that providers are not going to be able to live without. So how does it all work? Well, it begins with the provider profile. When a provider joins NEURs, the first thing they got to do is create this profile that says basically, what is the title of your profile? What is your target market? What kind of provider are you? What industry do you serve? What location do you really want to focus your services upon? And then you can even upload your files, your PDFs, your PowerPoints, your images. And what it does is that this provider profile is created. It's basically call it a web page within NEURs of your profile. It exposes who you are. You have your social media links, you have your videos, you have everything about you there. And then people can literally, as they search for providers, they can find you. And if they find what your offer is interesting, then they'll be able to connect with you through your profile. Your provider profile is connectable too, right? One interesting thing is that you can create multiple provider profiles. So you could be, for example, a franchisor that's selling a specific franchise, but you could also be a coach or a mentor or a consultant for some other product or offer, okay? So providers can create a provider profile. They can also post an offer. So providers can, say, hey, this is what I'm offering aspiring entrepreneurs. I'm offering this service, or I'm offering this discount this month, or this special offer for this special purpose. Put the description, put the category, the industry, the audience, create the actual post, and now that offer is available and searchable by all the aspiring entrepreneurs that are searching for provider content, okay? Now providers can also offer something really neat, which is they can create a webinar, an online educational course, okay, that is available live pretty much 24/7. So it's really not a live webinar, it's more like an educational pre-recorded course, okay, where they actually get to put the title, they get to put the description of that course, they get to put when they want to launch that course, okay, and how they want to do it. They can upload their content to it, their videos and their PowerPoints and their PDF files and whatever they want. And then that course now is sitting there on the NEURs online courses searchable database. And when an aspiring entrepreneur types in that they need help, for example, with incorporating their business, your course can literally pop up if that's what your course is about. And now the aspiring entrepreneur can literally say, hey, I want to access that course. That's really interesting. They'll pay a credit fee in order to access that course, okay? And they'll watch your course, and then at the end of watching your course, they'll be able to connect with you, which is what NEURs is all about. So this is a little recap. Providers can create their searchable provider profiles on NEURs. They can post offers to our community of entrepreneurs. They can create and host online educational courses targeting their ideal market, but they can also do something really neat, which is search for specific entrepreneur profiles. So everything we talked about so far is kind of like create the content and wait. But a lot of providers don't want to wait. They want to get to their specific market. So you can actually go to NEURs, hit the button that says search entrepreneurs, and then in that little search option, you can go ahead and put a zip code, so you can narrow down your market. You can say a distance within that zip code, right? You can actually say now from their NEURs profile, from the entrepreneurial profile they completed, these entrepreneurs completed, I am looking for entrepreneurs that are interested in franchising, that are interested in nutritional businesses, or whatever that thing may be. There's 35 things for you to choose from. Now, we don't give you access to the actual questions they've answered. We've only kind of pre-created 35 let's just say data fields, right, that are similar to the question that will lead you into to finding the right entrepreneurs that answer a certain way on their profile. But what's really neat about it is that now all of a sudden when you define your search, you get the 3 people, the 5 people, the 100 people, the 1,000 people that you're truly looking for that are already looking for you. Again, NEURs is a connections platform. So what do you do after that? If you're interested, you can send those individuals a proposal. So you can say, hey, this is the reason why I'm contacting you. This is what I offer you. Once you do that, you're now connected, okay, in this private meeting room that only you and that person can see. You can actually share information with that person. You can, put up your PowerPoints or your PDF files or your Word documents even. You can have a conversation that goes back and forth, okay, until you agree to either meet physically or do business online some kind of way, or maybe meet through Skype or some other kind of tool, okay? You can always disconnect. There's a red button that allows you to disconnect any single time you want, okay? And what's really neat about that is that they can do that and you can do that. So both of you, at any one point, if you're not happy with where the thing is going, you can actually disconnect the connection, and no one will ever know your phone number. They will never know your email unless you gave it to them through the meeting room, okay? So what is the NEURs provider pricing for in US dollars? Well, NEURs will pay, basically, NEURs will charge providers $99 a month, which again includes 1,000 credits, okay? That's one option they have, or they can pre-buy a $997 package that includes 15,000 credits. Now, this is not an annual package, but basically it is a package that allows you to get, if you compare $99 a month, like if it was times 12, like if it was an annual cost, that's actually 16% less with 20% more credits. So it really is a good buy if you know as a provider that you want to reach a big community of entrepreneurs, that you want to put a lot of your content up, that you want to do a lot of searches, then you really want to have a package that makes sense for you, okay? So again, any unused credits get rolled over. So if you don't use the credits, they're always there, they never expire, and you could always purchase more credits. Now, how does credit work on the system? If you're a provider and, for example, you create an online course, that's going to cost you 250 credits, okay? So if you really want to put up your course and your material to attract people that are looking for you, that's 250 credits. If you want to create an additional provider profile, understand your first provider profile is included. You do not have to spend any credits to get that one. But any additional provider profiles will cost you 80 credits, okay? Post an offer will cost you 50 credits. Send a proposal to another member, 10 credits. Search entrepreneur profiles, 1 credit to actually do the search once you find them, and actually you want to send a proposal to them, it's 10 credits, obviously. And then the actual connection, the meeting room use, and the back and forth messaging, and that connections platform is included in the price of your membership, okay? Now, again, any unused credits get rolled over, and you can always purchase more credits. How do you do that? Real simple. Each and every time a member takes an action, like a provider, a provider wants to create a course, and they're going to take that action, or they're going to post an offer or whatever, basically that's going to reduce their account balance by any amount. A light box is going to appear. It's going to say, hey, this is what you have right now in credits. This is what it will cost you. This is what you'll be when you're done. Do you want to proceed? Of course, if you click on the blue button and to say proceed, then those credits are taken from your balance, okay? Members will always know how many credits they have and how credits have been spent in the past. You always have a tracking of that, so you're never lost, okay, in that regards. But you could always purchase additional credits. So if there's insufficient balance to perform an action, the user is informed about buying additional credits. So for example, you're taken to this page, right? And in this page, this light box that appears on the page says, hey, look, if you want to buy 100 credits, it will cost you $15 to perform these actions that you want to do now. If you could buy 200, 300, in fact, all the way up to 1,000 credits, okay, it costs you 15 cents per credit. But once you get to that special price of 1,000 credits, we discount it down to 9 cents, and that actually is the same price as $99 per month, which is 35% off our individual credit purchases, okay? If you buy 3,000 credits, it goes up a little bit more. So it's like, again, roughly 40% off a regular price. 7,000 credits, 83 cents, and 15,000 credits, 7 cents, okay? So then you see the discount, 50% discount over a regular credit pricing, right? So you could always purchase a minimum of $15 to as much as you possibly want in order to do the things that you want to do on NEURs, okay? So this concludes the provider account features and benefits. Once again, my name is Frank Codina, CEO of NEURs.com, and the next video that you should watch is the full access and founding member account pricing and features, so you can further understand what NEURs offers.